Of Zoella, I'm going to be testing some Christmas Pinterest ideas. I like getting crafty. It's something that I always did with my mum, and I see some of the most insane and amazingly festive ideas over on Pinterest. Pinterest is basically the best. So I've got 3 things I wanted to try out, which I have not done prior to filming this video, so we're going to see how it goes. The first being salt dough shapes. Now I feel like most people have probably done this at some point in their life. You can make decorations, but I've seen some really cute ones with tiny little stars used to decorate presents. So you can make tiny little star bunting and then you can use it as present wrap, which I quite like. So to make salt dough, you need 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of salt and 1 cup of water. So it's basically 2, 1, 1. Essentially, you need to mix it together. So I'm going to add the flour and I'm going to add the salt. Now I need to get a spoon. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome, Zoe.
My little helper. We're going to stir this, although I do believe it quite quickly forms a dough. Look at it. See, that's a dough now, isn't it? Dough a deer. Okay, this looks so disgusting. But I think it's worked because it's all come together. So now you simply wanna get it out. Oh, look at it. I feel like this would be a really fun thing to do with kids. Look at that. Perfect. Okay. With a rolling pin, roll out the salt dough. You can use any shapes, but I actually got this little pack free with a Christmas magazine, and they're like the perfect size because they're small. Okay, I'm gonna get my little star. I think you need a bit more flour. So I'm just gonna lightly dust. My only problem is I could have probably done with dusting underneath, so I'm gonna quickly dust underneath and then re-roll. Re-roll. This is better. Get my little cutter. I'm gonna do a star, pop him out on a baking tray. Oh, cute. Once you've done all your little stars or Christmas trees or whatever else you want to do, I think you can either glue these once they're set. You can put them in the oven for like 3 hours on a really low heat to dry out, or you just sort of leave them out to harden, and you can make a little hole in them now, or glue them to a piece of string and use them around a present, which I think is such a cool idea, and I can't stop.
I used to put them on the tree as decoration.
Yeah, you can paint them, you can do bigger ones, you can paint them, you can put them on your tree as a decoration like Alfie did. Mark, what did you do with salt dough?
Painted them.
Painted?
Yeah.
I painted them and then put like a varnish on it, so it was always very shiny.
Yeah.
I did that.
They look so cute, don't they? They look like little salt dough lucky stars, magic stars. Okay, that's enough. Just one more. Okay. Oh wow. Oh. We've got a lot of salt dough left. Okay, I'm gonna save this so that Mark and Alfie can do their very own salt dough shapes. But I'm gonna pop these in the oven just to harden. They look so cute. The next thing that I saw on Pinterest that I really wanted to make were the hot cocoa Christmas cookies. These looked adorable and actually not too difficult to make. The only thing I couldn't find was the little cookies they used, but I think you can use any cookie. So I'm just gonna use Oreos, like this, little Oreos. So, following the instructions, you wanna take your little round biscuit, your marshmallows. These ones are Jet Puffed, which I think is an American brand, but I got these on Ocado, so they weren't that difficult to find. Okay, and you want to make them, because this is going to be your little mug. So you want to use the ones that aren't as squished. Like that's a good one. That's a good one. And using a squirty, like chocolate, I'm going to glue that to the Oreo. Ooh, like so. I'm going to do that 3 times. And the last one. Next, you want to make this look like a little hot chocolate. So you're going to use the chocolate to make it look like a mug is overflowing. Like that. There we go. So that's the actual hot chocolate in the mug. Then you want to sprinkle on some tiny micro marshmallows. I think you can find these in like the baking section. I'm going to use the white ones. Now, this is the bit where I feel like it could get tricky. Tiny little candy cane. You need to snap this off where it meets the top of the candy cane to create, like that, to create a handle. Wow, it's gonna be a big old handle. Okay, I'll break these.
Use your rolling pin, Zoe. Oh, or you must.
I wouldn't.
There we go. Smaller handle. Oh yeah, that's better. Using your chocolate, you want to put a little bit on there. A little bit on there. This is your glue. Then you want to stick that to your marshmallow. That is not going to stay. Oh, I think it is. Thank you, Alfie. Here's another. Stick that on. Oh, I think these look really cute so far. Perfect little handle. Thanks, Alfie. Okay, so those are our mugs with their handles. Now you want to just decorate the front of your mug. So I've got some Christmas tree sprinkles. I'm just gonna pop it on the front. So I'm gonna do a little dot. And then I'm going to stick a Christmas tree on there, like that. And I'm going to do the same with the others. Put a little dot and a little Christmas tree. Put a little dot. Oh, I lost a handle. I'll stick that back on in a minute. Here we go. Pop the handle back on. I feel like, apart from the handles, not really staying on. I think they're quite cute.
Oh.
Do you think?
They're so cute.
I think it makes an Oreo far more exciting. But yeah, there you go. Tiny hot chocolate cookies. Would anyone like to try one? Cute.
Go on, try one.
Me? How?
All in one?
The third and final Pinterest craft that I am going to attempt to make is sock snowmen. Very excited to try this. So, I believe you can either use your old socks or you can buy some new ones if you're going to make lots and you're feeling very creative. I'm not really too sure. I can only really see pictures, so I'm not sure of the stages, so I'm going to try and guess. You also need some rice. So I'm going to open the rice. Now you've opened the rice, and it's gone everywhere. Open it, pour it in. Ooh, or just sprinkle it in.
Pick another bowl, and then you fill the bowl up
Or
with
a
rice.
glass. Get a glass. This is harder than I thought it would be. Okay. Thank you, Mark.
Welcome.
My glamorous assistant. Easiest way to get rice into a sock is to use a glass, a funnel, i.e. a piece of paper, and pour your rice in. Whoa. It's fine. Don't even worry. There we go. Okay, your glass full of rice. Get your sock. Place your sock over said rice. Turn your rice. Now you have a long bag. Then you want to put your rice down to the bottom of the sock. Okay, you want to secure the top with your first elastic band so the rice doesn't come out, like so. And then create a little head, and using your second elastic band, you want to secure that around his head. You can make the head whatever size you want. You can make the body whatever size you want. You could even do a huge one and have it like 3, you know, like a classic snowman. I'm gonna just go for 2. Okay, now you have something that looks like this. You want to chop off the excess, like that. And then you want to use this as a hat. So I'm just gonna pop that on there. Aww, cute. And you could even use another elastic at the back or stitch that together to make it like a proper little like pointy snowman hat. I'm then going to cut this grey sock to give the snowman a scarf. We've all seen the John Lewis advert, snowmen need scarves. Here we go. Oh, cute. Okay, now after this, you can use pins and pop them in for eyes, or you could use buttons and stitch them or glue them down here. I have none of those things today, which I did think I would, but I'm not that much of a crafty person. I do, however, have a Sharpie, so I'm just gonna draw on 2 little eyes, like that. And I'm going to draw on the buttons. And there you have your little rice snowman. Do you like him?
So cute.
What should we call him?
Chris.
Why Chris, Mark?
Because it's the name of one of our favourite Christmas song singers.
Driving Home for Christmas by Chris Rea.
And it also has Chris's in Christmas.
Chris and Christmas. Yeah, I like it. Chris the Snowman. Not a very snowman name, but I think it suits him. I actually think this is so cute. This would make a lovely gift, a really nice decoration, a fun thing to do with kids, or if you're bored. I don't even think you need to be a kid to do this. You could use stripy socks. For the hat, you could get like really creative. So if you do happen to make any of these, I would love to see them, and as I'm sure the people who created these or came up with this idea would also love to see them. You could make like a family of them. You could have a small one, a medium-sized one, and then a huge one, depending, I guess, on how big your feet are. There we go. I like that you can do that. Look. Like,
ooh,
proper. Sorry, Chris.
Get thrown about.
Oh, he's gone a bit wide. Let's just prop you up a bit. There we go. So those were the 3 Pinterest DIYs that I really wanted to give a go. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Obviously I hadn't practiced and I probably could have done with some buttons, but if you do it, let me know. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I will also make sure to leave links to every one of the DIYs that I followed on Pinterest so that you guys can also give it a go. I'll see you again tomorrow for another 24 days of Zoella video, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Bye! Is that alright?
Turn it up, Dave. I love a bit of Chris Ria.
Maybe we should have called the snowman Dave.
Oh yeah. Davey the Snowman.